Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video, another ideas video, and of course, I've talked about this one before, so this is a brand new event which we're going to bring to you. So this is the elementary school musical slash Sprooklyn event. Now, the reason that I didn't include any of this stuff, or I sort of briefly included the camp, but I didn't include any of the other stuff on to the musical event, is because really this is kind of it's kind of hard. I don't think this should be included in the musical event. I think they should make a whole little mini event based on this episode, because it's not just the musical stuff. It has a lot with Ethan and Kirk and all the little spoof buildings that they have and they work in and stuff and they perform in, and there's other little buildings around there which wouldn't really relate to a music event. So I think this would be better as a music event on its own. So of course we have our little tappable characters here. There's going to be some tappable characters. You have the ballerinas here, and these guys. I just think this would be better as its own one. Even if you were to do, and that's the problem with the whole idea of a performing arts event, is because there's just too much stuff. And I think not even buildings. It's more too many characters. There's so many characters that are related to the performing arts. You have Chaz Busby, and you have all these other ones. Tina Ballerina, and then you have all these characters. You have all the musical characters, all these musicians, and it's just way too much. So honestly, I think that this event would be better on its own. So here's the store. So the first thing is just some decorations I listed. Of course, you'd probably get some microphones and stuff like that. But a musical campfire. Now, what this is going to be is it's going to be a campfire with in the episode, they're seen playing guitars and stuff behind the campfire. It's going to be a campfire with some drums and guitars and stuff like that, musical instruments, just laying around the fire. And then it's going to be used for tasks as well. So a guitar rack, so just a rack of guitars, and then a double bass, which we saw back here is a double bass. So it's just going to be this on standing on its own or something. So I'll just go to the building. So we have Cockfight Supply Store. Now this is right next to where Ethan and Kurt live, the apartment block where they are from. Now the problem, the difference thing with this event is it also is going to be the Sprooklyn. It's also going to be introducing a new district from Springfield into the game. And that's why it's I have to sort of split it off from the music event, because I think in some ways it's also going to be opening a new district. I wanted them to do some stuff with Quimby and do with Mr. Burns maybe, about how they're going to have to open new districts now. They're going to have to make sure they've got different districts, and do some stuff there. Only like a side quest line that's going on. I mean, well, the main quest line will be obviously the music stuff, but maybe a little side quest line will be that, and I think that would be pretty interesting. So that for $50, and then finally we have the 3-in-1 character. So we know nothing but music and art and dance. So this is Lee, Corey, and Amber. Now, obviously these guys they're also separate characters now, but the problem with them is first of all, they're quite similar, not in terms of appearance. I know they look different, completely different, but in terms of what they do in the episode, it's completely the same. They all perform the same. They're this Glee's type thing. Really, they're not that massive of impacts on the episode like Ethan and Kirk. Ethan and Kirk are quite big impacts on the episode. These guys are really just there. They're there more as a spoof, to Glee. So I don't think they could add them individual characters, and if they did that, I'd be fair enough. That's pretty cool. But to be honest with you, they could have them as one in like a 3-in-1 character, and I think that would be pretty cool. And that's what I want for my little event. I want them to be in 3-in-1, just because to be honest with you, they're quite generic. Now, obviously, my little Pwagamatawa Square update, which I did ages ago, which is like another district opened, which is Little Pwag, which is a part the beach part of Springfield. There was characters there, and I said that they should be added. I feel that they're a bit different to these guys, because these guys literally just sing and dance and that's it, and they do it in the thing. So I want them to be added as one character. So here's the quest. Hang on. So here's the quest. So the main quest is going to be about Lisa Costello, about the lack of music. Maybe this could follow after the music event, but basically she's going to be going on about the lack of the music. So Marge tries to find ways to distract her, able to place. So that's when you'll be, you'll have a quest line where Marge wants to try and distract her, and that will be when you're able to place expressions for free. And in the expressions, Ethan has been hiding, so quickly find. Eventually she quickly find. At the end of the task, she finds out it's not all joy and happiness for musicians, and she decides to pursue something else. Well, obviously, with Lisa being the president or something stupid like that. I say stupid, but expressions. So it's going to be just like a camp, obviously. It'll be pretty damn cool, just with the sign and then the sort of rounded off version, and then you have these little huts. It's going to eventually, maybe down the quest, you unlock Ethan. So Ethan's going to be like free. Now, so Ethan's like the sort of main guy. I mean, Ethan and Kurt, they're these main guys who obviously express the joy of music to Lisa in this episode. So there'll be some quest lines with him and Lisa going back and forth. You know, maybe sending kids actually, specifically to go to the expressions. You know, perform. You know, to show off their talent and stuff like that. And then eventually you unlock prizes by doing that. So you send people, and they'll be like quests. There'll be like a currency. I don't know what the currency could be. Whatever. It could be whatever. And there's also going to be, whilst you're doing that, you're also going to be able to send adults to open up a new district, which will be Sprooklyn. So the first thing you unlock is Car Alarm Listening Center. So this is the other building that's right next to Kurt and Ethan's apartment block. So this is a pretty cool, well, not really that cool, but pretty standard building that you can have. Eventually, and then you unlock Shrubway. So Shrubway obviously is a parody on Subway. Pretty funny. You know, pretty cool little store. Obviously, Ethan and Kurt both work here. So that will be kind of cool. Then you get a double base. Now, if you saw previously, the double base is going to be 10 donuts, so you get one for free for any non-premium players. I like it when they do that. I like it when they have a premium item and then they add them one for free, and then later on you can get them. You can get more if you're a premium. Then they're going to add Dregs, which is a parody on Greg's, I think. Anyway, which is like a pasty and sausage rolls, and like they sell pastry, basically a pastry restaurant in the UK. I don't actually no, just I don't think it's not in America. Not with a name like Greg. So Ethan and Kurt both perform here. They perform here to a really tiny little audience. But yeah, that's Dregs for you. And then this is the Lisa painting wall. So right at the end of the episode, when Lisa is leaving Sprooklyn, she sees this painting which Ethan and Kurt painted for her on the side of a building. Now what I propose they do is they just add like the side, not actually add that physical building, just add it as like a wall. So it's just going to be a big wall with this painting on it. So it says, now leaving Sprooklyn, once and future home of the great Lisa Simpson. So that'd be pretty cool, big wall painting. And then the final prize is 652 8th Avenue, which is the apartment block with Kurt. So here's a better look at those two buildings. Here's the Car Alarm Testing Center, and here's the Kurt, and that's and here's like the front door with the bum on this front. Maybe they could actually add the bum on the front. That would be kind of cool. So you have two characters. These are obviously the main two. Here are their quests. So squat in the apartment for 60 minutes. Obviously this will be over at his apartment. Shift at Shrubway for 4 hours. This will be at Shrubway. Perform at Dregs for 6 hours. Same thing. Promote food with Kurt. Now there's a part of the episode where they're in a taco costume and they're like together in a taco costume. No, it's not taco. It's like a burrito. I don't even know. It's like a wrap or something like that. I don't know, or a burrito or something like that. But whatever it was, they're basically going to be in that advertising food there, but they'll be like together doing one task. Play inspirational song for 12 hours. This will be just him playing on his guitar. Teach music to kids for 24 hours over expressions. And then Kurt has similar tasks. So he has complain about the noise next door for 60 minutes. This will be at the Car Alarm Testing Center. Shift at Shrubway for 4 hours. Perform at Dregs. Attempt to repair apartment for 8 hours over at the apartment block, obviously. Play inspirational song, same one. You know, he'll be doing that. And support kids' musical dreams. Again, at expressions. And then we have Lee, Corey, and Amber. So also another thing I forgot to mention is they're gonna have time-free cash for normal character. They're basically for whatever the normal character earns for each task, they're gonna earn 3 times as much. But I'm pretty sure Sherry and Terry do that as well. But I don't know. We have Welcome Lisa for 60 minutes. This will just be them carrying Lisa. You know, like sort of welcoming Lisa. It's going to include Lisa, obviously. Browse King Toots. Maybe I didn't put that right. For 2 hours. That will obviously be at King Toots. Perform constructive harmony for 4 hours. Now this will be pretty cool. Them you dancing around. Obviously those two in black. I'm pretty sure they were in like an all black. Corey and Lee. And they'll just be dancing around as one big group. Write songs for 6 hours. This will be over at Expressions. Obviously there's no animation there. Play music by the fire. Again, this will trigger an animation. It will be by the musical campfire. Practice and listen to music for 12 hours, maybe expressions again, and then go solo for 24 hours. This will be a cool one, and I like this one. This is going to separate all three characters. So what's going to happen is they're all going to split up. And maybe Corey, obviously you'll have the issue with the thumbs up thing where you actually accept the task. That will just be Corey, let's say, and say like you have to, the thumbs up will be above him, and that's when it like completes it. But basically, these three will all go solo, and they're all just going to go on their own, singing on their own, and they're all going to split up. Although they're going to be 1 in 3, they're all going to split up. That's what I think will be pretty cool, and that's how you separate them. Although they are 1 in 3 characters, you still have an option to make them, in a task, make them split up. So yeah, that's my event. I know it's not made. I don't think it's the best event I've made, but I do think it is a bit of a barrel scraper, a tiny bit, because it is kind of taking everything from this episode and combining it to make one event. But you know what? I kind of like these old episode tie-ins. That's almost what I like. Like the Chiliad event, for example. That really is just an old episode tie-in. It's an episode tie-in for a really, really old episode. Same with the Crooked Ladder update and all that, and Deep Space Homer. That's all they really are. They're just they're just old episode tie-ins, really. And I just think maybe they should. This is quite a newer episode. It's not that new, but it was not an old. It's not like a classic episode anyway. But I remember this episode. I still remember watching this one. It was pretty good. I had to rewatch obviously to do this event ideas. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, guys. That's it. Please comment, subscribe, tell me your thoughts, and I shall see you next video. Goodbye.